Welcome back. Bihar is turning out to be more of a test series rather than a T20 match, but some political parties are not waiting around. This is from outside the BJP headquarters in Patna. The Shankh is being bajawed outside the BJP headquarters. So we earlier saw patakas outside the JDU office. BJP is bajawing the Shankh. Counting is still very, very early, the election commission has told us. But anyway, that's politics, that's political parties, Pranoy. They don't have to, unfortunately, stick it out for the long haul like the rest of us. But Pranoy, if I can just ask you a question.
Right. Go for it.
This very interesting data that we've got showing how the LJP is hurting the JDU, that were it not for the LJP, the JDU would be doing much better. So, is the assumption that the extra votes that the LJP is taking away in those seats where the JDU is losing, that those are NDA seats? Sorry, I beg your pardon, NDA votes? Because they could be taking away votes from other.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, it could, but they won't change things that much, and it's most unlikely given that they. I think the BJP also egged them on to their voters on to vote for the LJP. So this is what it is.
Right.
Impact of LJP on cutting of JDU votes. This is our current vote data shows. LJP vote cutting, you're seeing right now it's 48, 49, down 23. That's the current situation.
Yeah.
If the LJP was not there and the votes were not cut, the JDU would have got 84 seats.
That's
and it would
huge.
have been up 13. It would have been the largest party. It would have got
huge.
36 more seats than it's got right now. And it would have been like the dominant party in the alliance. But what has happened to it, whether it's because of its partner, the BJP, egging on the LJP to fight only against the JDU and not against the BJP, that's really strange, by the way. And the LJP listening, that has really worked to cut down the number of seats that the JDU has got. So when we see 48, we should understand the arithmetic of elections. This is because of vote cutting, not because of a drop in popularity. If the same thing had happened on the BJP side, they would have faced the same problem. So it is very difficult to see how a relationship can be repaired after Nitish sees the BJP watching LJP contest and cut him to size, as they say.
Yeah.
And they're meant to be an ally, and they never criticized him, never attacked him. In fact, the Prime Minister praised Ram Vilas Paswan.
Yes.
There were a lot of messages and so many interesting bits of information you have revealed from your interviews with these various leaders, and many, I think, much more off the record.
Yes.
That shows that BJP was rather complicit in the LJP getting 6% of the vote in half the seats of Bihar.
No, you're absolutely right.
That's a pretty good average.
Yeah. It's a risky game. It's brinksmanship. But at the moment, it looks like it may be paying off. But you're right to say that if we are looking at this data, Nitish Kumar is also looking at this data. And he's looking at it, and the smoke would be coming out of his ears. And how this then, how this plays out in his relationship with the BJP after this, that's going to be very interesting to watch.
Exactly. And what you said was that Sushil Modi actually sensed this and was, that the whole tactic was to get LJP to cut into Nitish's vote. He sensed it and he told you on record, and lots more off record, which you're not telling us. Tell us. No, don't.
I'll tell you in the ad break. But I think the much more interesting, again, can't be shared, is what Chirag said to me. The conversation Chirag had with the BJP leadership about his plans.
Yes, what you mentioned.
And how it was received. I think that was very, very interesting.
Yes.
But
almost got a pat on the back.
Yeah, almost. As he said, they were very interested in what I had to say. So that actually tells you a lot.
Amazing.
But
amazing.
Anyway,
I mean, this is really a tough pill for Nitish to swallow.
But Prannoy, I just want to say one quick thing, that when one talks about how this shows that Nitish's popularity was not really impacted, I have to say that in at least three.
No. I'm not saying not really impacted.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. It's the same as the BJP in the NDA alliance.
Sure.
The NDA alliance has dropped more than 10% since 2019.
Yeah.
So yes, it is impacted. Yes, there is anti-incumbency. There is a feeling against Nitish not doing enough.
Right.
But it's not like BJP is fine and the JDU is not. They are both. There's a swing away from both.
Okay. No, because 84 to Nitish, if the LJP had not done this, that suggests that that's almost as good as, in fact, better than last time. So I'm just
2015.
Yeah.
Talking about 2015.
Yeah.
But that was a totally different alliance, right?
Right.
So
Okay,
you can't really
you're comparing it to
compare votes
2020.
and the popularity.
You're comparing it to 2020.
2019, yeah.
2019,
yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
Where the alliances are the same. Otherwise, very difficult to compare. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a...
Vasu, you're becoming a cephalogist, yeah? Picking up all the bloody points?
It's like how you give that impression without really actually knowing nothing. So you just pick up a few key buzzwords.
We're talking to Dorab too much. Cut that down.
Okay.
Prannoy, can I say something? Prannoy, in addition to the BJP turning a blind eye, they provided Chirag Paswan candidates from the BJP. BJP guys stood
right, that's
for
what you
the
said.
LJP. So it's not just
Rebels.
saying, I turned a
you
blind
mentioned
eye,
that.
Mr. Modi didn't say anything. You provided them candidates with a base to fight them and carry the BJP votes with them.
That's
to
another
Paswan.
point.
No, hold on. Again, let's nuance that a bit, because I've gone and met some of these BJP rebels who are now fighting on an LJP ticket, and it's not exactly that. I mean, some of them are the classic rebel, that is your seat in the seat sharing arrangement. Some of your seats or the seats you expected to fight from have gone to the JDU. So you're now a rebel.
Actually.
And, anyone who's willing to give you a seat, give you a ticket.
Yeah.
If I may. So there are a couple of those examples as well.
Right.
Yeah, Vasu, if I may.
Yes, Gilles.
Yeah, please,
yes.
Gilles.
Gilles, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, just on that last point, by our counts, the only 10 candidates from the LJP were formerly turncoats from other parties, and most of them actually come from the JDU. Only one candidate came from the BJP in Taraya, Janak Singh. So most of the candidates, the turncoats candidates that the LJP fielded actually came from the JDU.
No, more.
6 of them.
Right.
But that remains a small,
you
that
mean
remains
previous
a small
candidates?
factor. Yes.
No,
In the
Gilles, there were
previous
more.
Could there have been BJP workers? Could there have been BJP workers that were made candidates in LJP
workers,
seats?
Yeah, I'm talking, the odd definition of turncoats is people who
Okay,
contested the last election, right?
Who had contested and didn't get the ticket again. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, there were definitely more than
satisfactory.
one BJP. There was definitely more than, I'd say there was close to almost a dozen BJP, either ex-MLAs or potential candidates who were from the BJP who crossed into the LJP. At least a dozen, if not more.
Ex-MLAs, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. It's really a tough. I think we've got the one person we've been saving up, knowing that this is a COVID counting. Aarti Jairat finally joins us. She works on Greenwich Mean Time, so it's early in the morning for her.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now tell us what's happening and who's going to win.
Well, I feel I'm
What's happening? Why? How?
Yeah.
And also,
sorry.
and also when?
I feel I'm caught in the middle of the US election.
When is
When
most
is very important?
No. This is like the US election. It's just too early to call. After seeing what happened in Pennsylvania, after seeing what happened in Georgia, after seeing what happened in Michigan, Wisconsin. I mean, we're much at the same point today in Bihar.
No.
Less than a quarter of the votes.
No, US. You sort of said US elections. US had 2 elections, one in person and one by mail-in voting. There were 2 completely different elections. And I want to ask you one thing: is Tejashwi going to sue Nitish, sue the NDA, go to court?
I don't know.
No chance. India is much better.
Srinivasan Jain called him the Trump of Indian elections. So I really don't know.
I can explain
but
that.
I must say the Indian Election Commission has been outstanding, and we should export our machines to America. We should export our software, our expertise, and our election commission should run their elections.
Well, we should
proud of Indian elections.
We should stop questioning the integrity of the EVMs, which is what the opposition has been doing for the last 2-3 years. So maybe we should stop
Not
that.
opposition. Whoever loses a seat says it. Not opposition. Depends on which party. Whoever loses questions it. It can be BJP, can be Congress, can be anybody. Yeah. If you lose, it's the EVMs.
Yeah. True.
But the Election Commission has made us proud.
No question about it.
Sorry, carry on. Now let's get serious.
Management in the US, I mean, I no question, I think our election process goes off so smoothly, which is why our election expertise is in demand across the world in so many countries. You know, we send EC teams to train people in the, election management, counting, and so on. I mean, our election commission actually has a tremendous track record. There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
But coming back to Bihar, I think it's way too early to call. We've got more than 75% of the votes left to be counted. And the margins right now are so narrow, 500, 1,000, 2,000, they can change at any given point of time. And Pranay, I mean, much as we may want to rubbish exit polls, there are some exit pollsters who are really credible, who have got it right almost in every election. And both
Axis is one I admire.
One, Chanakya is another.
I've always said that,
last time in Bihar, but otherwise Chanakya has been fairly accurate. And both of them have predicted a clear victory for the Mahagathbandhan. So, I don't know. And
I think Chanakya has predicted 180 seats for Mahmood. I think something like you, maybe 160.
Right.
Both have.
He's always the outlier. But remember, he was the only one who stuck out his neck in the 2019 Lok Sabha polls and gave the BJP over 300 seats, which is exactly what happened.
Right, yes.
So I think we really need to wait. The election commission has said it's going to take till tonight. So we have a long day and a long evening ahead of us. Pranay, you have to entertain us.
That's true. In fact, that's...
I'll sing you a song if you want.
So let's actually just go across. Let's go out of studio now. Let's go to reporters. And let's see what's happening on the ground. Because as of now, again with all the caveats, just look at that. The lead again now has pulled away. NDA is at 134 and the Mahagathbandhan is at 98. And that could be one reason why the patakas and the shank bajawing has started in the JDU and the BJP offices in Patna. But Arvind Gunasekar joining us from BJP headquarters in Delhi, Alok at Tejasvi's house. Arvind Gunasekar, now we are seeing some celebration at Patna BJP office. Delhi BJP office still quiet?
Yeah, Vasu, in fact, we saw senior BJP leaders tweeting, giving statements about BJP, the party sweeping by-elections across the country, including UP, MP, Gujarat, etc. But all the senior leaders are very cautiously very silent when it comes to Bihar as of this particular moment. This despite the party leading more than leading over 130 seats in Bihar. Maybe that's because it's hardly 30% of the votes only have been counted as of this moment. Maybe that's why the party is very silent silent when it comes to Bihar. But in the last 15 to 20 minutes, what we are seeing is some kind of movement in the party's national headquarters in New Delhi. In fact, all the vehicles that were parked outside the party headquarters, including our own OB van, have been asked to move because it's a sign that some senior leaders, including Prime Minister or even Home Minister, may come to BJP headquarters. So that's why what we are seeing is that traffic policemen are here. They are trying to clear the roads because when we ask the senior police officer here, what they are saying is that they have been asked to clear the roads here. Maybe some senior leaders will be coming to the party soon, anytime soon. So that's what. So the BJP headquarters in the national capital is also gearing up for some kind of celebration. Though the movement have started, again senior BJP leaders are very cautious. They are very silent when it comes to Bihar, though the party is leading over 130 seats in the assembly.
But Arvind, very quickly, the counting is still very, very early, right? Because we just heard the Election Commission press conference where the CEO said that of 4 crore votes cast, only about 1 crore have been counted so far. And earlier 26 rounds, this time 30 rounds, 35 rounds.
Yeah, 35. In fact, 35 rounds is an average. In some constituencies, the rounds go even up to 56, 55 to 56. That's what the senior EC officials say. Another very important point, 5 minutes or 10 minutes back when we spoke to our sources in EC, what they are saying is that hardly 30% of the votes have been counted as of that moment. So hardly 15 to 20 minutes back.
Okay. Alok, Tejasvi Yadav, I mean, fought the good fight, but is it now slipping away from him? आलोक, क्या है वहाँ की हवा? What is the scene?
Well, अब अगर मुझे हवा मालूम होती तो मैं तेजस्वी के घर के अंदर ही होता बासु जी, लेकिन अब क्या बताएं? But anyway, I think we are still
where's the chat?
We're still waiting for things to, maybe move ahead. I think everyone's kind of become a little sedate. Even I took the call to move a little ahead of where his house is because there are so many people and none of them are wearing any masks, and it's really scary. And I wanted to take off that COVID thing I had because instead of suffocating to death, I thought I might as well.
No, you've actually.
So here I am.
You've been great. You've got so many people to mask up just in the time we've done OBs with you. But Alok, I see that you've strategically positioned yourself near a chaat ka thela and an ice cream van. I don't know where you've gone off now.
आइए आपको दिखा भी दें जब आपने मेंशन कर ही दिया है तो और कुछ अभी कहने को है नहीं. No, I'm right here. I'm here. So yes, I have positioned myself in front of a chaat ka thela. This gentleman has been making chaat here for a long time. क्या नाम है आपका भैया?
बम पटेल.
बम पटेल. अच्छा, बम आपका नाम कौन रखा भैया?
तो दादाजी बोलते थे प्यार से
बम.
जी सर.
सर्टिफिकेट पे बम ही लिखवाए हैं?
जी सर.
बम. तो ये बता दीजिए किसका बम हो रहा है, जिनका कि उधर?
देखिए सर, अभी तो कुछ नहीं समझा जाता है, अब आगे क्या होगा.
आपको क्या लगता है?
देखिए अभी तो कुछ न्यूज देख के तो ऐसा कुछ अभी लग नहीं रहा है जब कैसे आदमी सस्पेंड करे जो कहाँ जा रहा है.
बम जी, आप कितने की चाट बेच रहे हैं?
चाट 30 का प्लेट है सर.
30 का. लास्ट बार रेट कब बढ़ाए थे चाट का?
चाट का जब आलू का रेट बढ़ा था तब 5 रुपया बढ़ा था.
कब बढ़ा था आलू का रेट?
अभी बढ़ा था पीछे 1-2 महीना पहले.
तो 5 रुपये बढ़ाना पड़ा. तो उससे आपका प्रॉफिट में कुछ फर्क पड़ा कि उतना ही चल रहा है?
नहीं, बहुत फर्क है. लॉकडाउन की वजह से तो फर्क है.
बहुत फर्क है.
तो
ये जो लॉकडाउन को नीतीश कुमार ने किस तरह से हैंडल किया आपके हिसाब से, ठीक किया या नहीं? आपके हिसाब से मजदूर को जो वापस लाए?
तो सर बहुत परेशानी झेलना पड़ा. 7-8 महीना बैठ के खाना सर कोई मामूली बात तो है नहीं. एक दिन बैठने के बाद तो इतना तकलीफ आ जाता है. और अभी पीछे तो 7 महीना बैठ के आए तो अभी 7-8 महीना का रूम भरा भी बाकी है.
सही बात है. तो आप हमेशा से पटना में ही रहे कि बाहर रहते?
नहीं, पटना है, पार्क के पर लगाते
नहीं रहते थे. आपका बच्चा है कि नहीं?
सब है सर.
कितना?
3 लड़की है सर.
उनका नाम क्या रखे?
खुशी कुमारी है, तन्नू कुमारी है, और एक
नाम भूल गए. लालू जी भी कभी भूल जाते हैं. चलिए कोई बात नहीं बम जी.
नाम उल्टा रख दिया ना उसके.
अच्छा चलिए, आप अभी थोड़ी देर बाद आऊँगा तो बता दीजिएगा. तो बम जी forgot his daughter's name, but anyway I guess we all have to wait. There is no way we can say where the wind is blowing till it actually does start blowing, I guess.
Alok, your conversation with Bam ji, we are going to save that. This is going to be one. This is going into the vault.
Amazing.
You called me Alok Yadav, I'll call you Bum Bum Jan.
You do realize they're live, right?
But you didn't ask him to put on a mask?
अभी बोलता हूँ जाके, बेचारे सुबह से लगे हुए हैं.
Good for you, good for you.
So, Pranoy, Desh Ratan Nigam is with us.
I just wanted to know.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Desh Ratan Nigam,
yes.
Tell us, I'm going to put this very bluntly. Everybody is saying you, the BJP, I know you're not BJP, but the BJP cut Nitish seats to size by basically encouraging Ramvilas Paswan's son, Chirag Paswan. How will you have an alliance with somebody who you've treated so badly?
I think that's the theories that everybody is spinning, but that's not the truth. It's the perception which is probably going out to the people. But the Prime Minister made it very clear also from various stages and the rallies also, and otherwise BJP also made it very clear that Nitish Kumar would be the CM, whatever be the combination in the outcome of the results if PNDA wins. And if somebody wants to play upon it, harp upon it, and then say they have some inside information, I don't know. I am not privy to those information. But politics is politics. And end of the day, the winner takes all.
This is the most extreme. I tell you something, we've been covering elections for maybe 30 years. This is the most extreme, if it's true, extreme tactical maneuvering I have ever seen.
But that is not true. It's good that you've added the word if, but that's not true.
If true, correct. According to you haven't heard it, but you said you don't have inside information.
No, but there are no ifs and buts.
You hope it's not true.
Does not have any color.
But Desh Ratan, but come on, Desh Ratan Nigam, when you said the Prime Minister made it clear, what did he make clear? Saying that Nitish Kumar, Chief Ministerial candidate, that everybody knows. The fact that he had to go on repeating it is precisely because there was doubt. But most significantly, let me finish. He did not once say a single thing against Chirag Paswan. Everybody was expecting or waiting for that signal. Nitish Kumar is standing next to him, rally after rally, didn't happen.
No, I don't think there was any need for the Prime Minister to say anything against anybody. In fact, strategically, if I had been in the place of decision making, I would also not say anything against the LJP, but because of any situation may arise for the post-poll alliance. So why antagonize anybody and say anything against? Yes, the confusion arose because of the LJP, the statements made by Chirag Paswan, but I think the BJP leadership took care of it. And still I am keeping my fingers crossed because it is too early. Just 1 crore votes have been counted.
Right.
And 6 crore votes, approximately 6 crore votes are still to be counted.
Right. Okay, we'll take a short break. We'll come back to Desh Ratan and ask tougher questions. This was very easy. See you in a moment from now. Welcome back. I'm going to ask Aarti and Dorab a question, which a reaction to this message I've got from Ayush Soni. He says, my not so wild prediction, Nitish Kumar switches to the MGB. I guess because he'd be very unhappy about after all this. He has 48 to 50 seats right now, which will take the MGB to about 100, over 150. And they will have a very stable government. All that Nitish has to do is switch. Aarti, is that about to happen? Hun, as they say in Punjab? Or is that just wild?
Pranoy, this has been speculated for many months actually. Because I think Nitish has been feeling quite humiliated within the BJP alliance. He's been uncomfortable. He was very comfortable in the Vajpayee-Advani BJP. He's not at all comfortable in the Modi-Shah BJP. And, you know, we've been hearing these, you know, sort of this talk, this speculation that, you know, you could see a Maharashtra-like situation.
But you know what the difference is now? The numbers, two things. The numbers give it a lot of sense. And B, this LJP cutting into him makes there's a bitter feeling. But,
sure.
I mean, you know.
But that's exactly what happened in Maharashtra. If you remember, the BJP...
That's the point. That's the point.
Won the election. They actually won the election. And then the Shiv Sena decided to dump the BJP and join hands with the NCP and the Congress. So, you know, I mean, politics is the art of the possible. Anything can happen. And given, I mean, I don't know what's going through Nitish's mind. But, I mean, clearly he will look very closely at the results in Bhojpur and so on, where, you know, the JDU where the LJP seems to have badly undercut the JDU. And
So
I'm
there's
sure
another factor here. Yeah.
revenge.
Prannoy,
Dorab,
can I? Achha, sorry,
the other
go ahead.
factor is that, just one second, that the Jayashri has to accept him as Chief Minister, you know,
Yes.
and the relationship there is not great either.
Not at all,
it's, you
not
know,
at all.
Dorab,
But I think that
are you going to
Lalu
repeat
still-
Maharashtra and Bihar?
I think Lalu still calls the shots as far as the RJD is concerned.
So if he says go ahead,
I
then
think,
do it.
frankly, as
And
we
Lalu
all
is a
know,
great
they all
forgiver.
want power. They all want power. That's right. Power is a
That's
great
true.
forgiver. So, you know, if you get power, I mean, for all one knows, you see, Nitish could say, I'm upset and I'm retiring, but my party will go the other way. I mean, after all, he's had a 15-year innings, you know. That's a long innings. It's not that he's just come in last week. He's had his turn, and politics is you know, he thinks he's been stabbed in the back. And what's nice about a politician who stabs somebody else in the back? I mean, that's par for the course.
But
I mean, no different from what the Shiv Sena has done to the
Yeah,
BJP.
Vasu
Can
wants
I
to say
just
something.
remind everybody? Can I just remind everybody that Nitish doesn't like being the number 2 person. So in 2015 also, we tend to forget that he was actually again the number 2 person. The RJD had 81 seats, he had only 70, and that's something that grated on him, and that was one of the reasons why he
But he's
walked
number
out.
2 here.
And he's number 2 here.
But he's number 2 here.
I know.
And number 2 there.
So I'm saying that there is a
So
history
it's
of him when he's number 2 of not sit.
To
That
switch.
doesn't sit well with him.
Okay.
Now, other thing, Prannoy, very quick reminder. Tejasvi, if you remember, at one side had put a sign outside his house. Nitish Chacha not welcome. This was that time when there was again thought that is he going to come back to the Mahagathbandhan?
That not somebody else put.
Sorry?
No, somebody else put the not. You know, that's change the sign, check the sign. Let's go to Mr. Sinha.
Right.
So tell us, please tell us how you see things unfolding now. Again, it's too early, but you know, if we keep waiting, we won't say a thing. We can say one thing now and completely change it 3 hours from now, no problem. But how do you see things unfolding?
So far, so good, but it will take
Who will
time.
be Chief Minister?
We have already announced that Nitish will be the Chief Minister.
He'll be Chief Minister.
Party has announced. It's a Prime Minister, Home Minister, everybody has categorically said that. So I don't think there will be any change in that.
Right.
In fact,
you don't think?
In fact, what was interesting, Sinha Saab, was that the party, the BJP, had to keep saying, even if he gets less seats than us. So there was almost a kind of inbuilt assumption that Nitish may actually be getting less seats than you.
Not exactly, but it was emphasizing the categorical statement that what we are committed to in this election, that whatever may be the result, when majority comes, Nitish will be the Chief Minister.
I think, Mr. Sinha, we were being a bit unfair on you, a bit too speculative. Let's take a quick break and come back and get more focused on immediate happenings rather than my listing some ridiculous possibilities, which may, of course, happen. Okay, see you after the break.
Okay, welcome back. It looks like in battleground Bihar, which has been a really tight, tense, back and forth kind of election counting day, at the moment it does look like the NDA is inching towards victory, because those numbers have now not moved in some time. The NDA is at 128, so that's 6 above the halfway mark. The Mahagathbandhan is at 104. So it's not a landslide victory for the NDA, nor everyone said it could be a Tejasvi landslide. That didn't happen clearly. But it is a comfortable victory if these numbers remain. Counting is slow, more rounds are being counted. So there could be some back and forth, but largely these are the numbers. They've stayed the way they are. And within that, if you look at it, that's where the story gets interesting. The BJP is actually doing very well. They're at 74. They've gained 21 from last time. It's the JDU which is underperforming at 47, down 24 from last time. Within the Mahagathbandhan, both the RJD and the Congress are doing badly. The RJD is down 13 from last time. The Congress is down 8, but the Congress 70 seats, only leading in 19. So that 8 is a little misleading. The Congress is actually doing much worse than perhaps any of the 4 main parties, and that's really why the Mahagathbandhan seem to have the energy, seem to have the momentum. Exit polls gave them the edge, but at the finish line they seem to be falling short, and that's really the regional breakup at the moment. If you look at the 5 main regions of Bihar, if you look at the breakup of where it is coming in region by region for each of these parties, then you'll get a sense of who's gaining where and who is trailing where. So let's try and see if we can queue up the region-wise graphic, and you'll get a sense of which are the core regions where each party is gaining or trailing. And if you look at that, so this is the NDA leads. So you find that they're actually leading in the Tirhut region, which is towards the northwest. East Champaran, West Champaran, always been a strong region for them. They're gaining in Mithila, and they're also gaining in the east. But in Magad and in Bhojpur, the NDA is actually, these are the 2 regions where the Mahagathbandhan is doing better. One of the reasons could be because the left parties, particularly the CPML, are doing well in these regions. So this is where we are at the moment. So Dorab, with all the caveats that it's slow, is still counting. But now if you look at it, it seems to have settled into this kind of situation where the NDA is anywhere between 25 to 30 seats ahead, and it really would take something for the Mahagathbandhan to pull it back from here.
Vasu, for the last 2 or 3 hours, they are between 125 and 135. Right. Votes are being counted, they're holding steady. This obviously suggests that unless something cataclysmic happens, this kind of result should hold. There's no, it's held on for too long, and it's not sort of gone beyond under this range or way above this range. It's in the region of 100. And then finally, of course, if it holds for more time, then the famous Shekhar Gupta bump will come. But as of now, it looks as if they're in this range, not a very comfortable range, a clear range of majority. Clear majority.
Right. But also, Dorab, interesting that I think you were making this point earlier, that we kept looking at the Congress dropping numbers, but the RJD, particularly after all that hype around Tejasvi's campaign, the exit polls, RJD is dropping 13. They are only at 67.
Yeah. See, you're counting for 2015.
Yes.
We should look at how many are they contesting and how many are they holding. They're contesting, I think, about 140, right?
144, yes.
And they're holding about 70. Yeah. So they strike around half. The Congress is much worse. They're fighting 70 and holding about 20 odd. So, it's a much worse holding rate. But that's the way it is. The Congress has been a weak link, is a weak link. Shouldn't have, like Akhilesh's case, shouldn't have given them that many seats. But, that's for the party political heads to decide.
Yeah, that's now all, that's like in the dust.
But, even if they hadn't given them so many seats, it is a fact they're both dropping.
Yes.
So winning was always a problem.
Yes. So clearly, Aarti, that that there was no doubt. I mean, you can't take away from the fact that at least Tejasvi, as I say, Der Aaye Durust Aaye, when he did come, it was with a dhamaka. He did manage to get a whole momentum going, riotous crowds at his rallies. But the BJP kept saying, let's see if this translates into votes. It may not. That seems to have happened. The mahal and the excitement has not converted into votes.
That was always the big question, Vasu. You know, I mean, you can get crowds, they can seem enthusiastic, they cheer you on, roar with approval. But on voting day, you know, can you get those votes out there in your favor? If you saw the turnout did not match the kind of enthusiasm that Tejasvi seemed to generate at his rallies. You know, the turnout was more or less the same as 5 years ago, or maybe slightly less, actually. You know, I know that this is COVID time and people were, you know, worried about the thing, but the fact is that if that enthusiasm that Tejasvi generated at his rallies had actually translated into votes, I think we should have seen a higher turnout. And that did not happen, and that should have rung the first warning bell that, you know, maybe this is not translating into votes, and maybe, you know, the Tejasvi effect is being overestimated.
Right.
But you know, still, I mean, I would hesitate to draw conclusions when, you know, there are some 60-70% of votes yet to be counted.
No, that's true. Again, this is all with caveats, and usual caveats apply. Dora, one interesting thing is that the gap between the BJP and the RJD, that number 1 and number 2 parties, I've been kind of closely following that. That keeps expanding. It doesn't expand beyond, currently it's at about 7. So it's between 5 to 7. Sometimes it comes down to 5, sometimes the 7 comes down, you know, goes up to 5. So that gap is not that much, but it's also true that the RJD is fighting many more seats, and the other components of the Mahagathbandhan aren't doing well. So even if the gap between the BJP and the RJD is not that much, it's still not good enough.
There is only one other constituency of the Mahagathbandhan that's doing well, and that's the Communists.
Yeah.
The CPI, because it's got the seats where it traditionally had strength. Everybody got together around it from the RJD, so it's done well. But I think the others, this again is a sign of some kind of stability. The difference between these two parties does not expand widely, not close widely. It's not that RJD overtakes the BJP and then the BJP overtakes the RJD. They're both playing within the same field. So it is true that perhaps 30-35% have been counted. But you know, when counts keep on going like that in 240 odd seats, you know, it's not the 3 seats that are in the corner of Gaya that are doing this. It could happen, but it's unlikely to happen. It could happen.
Sinha Sahab, Mr. Sinha is with us of the BJP. Sinha Sahab, you know, it's very interesting. If you look at the numbers right now, it's as if the JDU and BJP have swapped the numbers from 2015. So in 2015, the JDU was 70, BJP is 53. Right now, it's kind of looking like the reverse. You are at 74, JDU is at about 47. You have now become the Bada Bhai. Will you now behave like a big brother and dabao the Nitish Kumar? Will he have a much tougher time now? Sinha Sahab, can you hear me? Mr. Sinha? Okay. I think we'll try and get Mr. Sinha back. Aarti Jared, let me ask you that. BJP is one thing, BJP to have as the number 2 in your setup. Sushil Modi has been a very sort of loyal deputy, almost de facto member of the JDU. That's how many people say. But now, this math, this equation, how is this going to play out?
Yeah, I mean, see, the BJP is going on insisting, and the Prime Minister has said it several times, including finally in that open letter to the people of Bihar, that Nitish will be the Chief Minister. Amit Shah said it in an interview too. No matter what the numbers, Nitish Kumar will be our Chief Minister. So I think that in the beginning they will, go along with that because that is what they have said publicly, and they would like it. They would not like to be seen to be doing something other than what they had said publicly. But the point is, how long will Nitish Kumar last as Chief Minister? And how difficult will they make it for him to continue as Chief Minister? And, will they go on raising these contentious issues like CAA? Remember, Bengal elections are coming up. And, the CAA is going to be, I think the BJP intends to make it into a very big issue in Bengal. Now, what kind of pressures will that put on the alliance in Bihar, particularly with Nitish being in a much weakened position compared to before? Remember, he managed to persuade the House, the Assembly, managed to get the BJP to go along with this resolution refusing to implement the NRC and the NPR and, which was virtually like saying no to the CAA. So, I think that you will see increasing friction between the two. And how this is going to play out, I don't know. Maybe in the end, Nitish will just be dumped, or he'll have to resign, or, the BJP will just take over the JDU. Remember, the BJP has a lot of resources at its command and a lot of muscle. So, we've seen how they've turned election losses into victories in other states. So, I think things are going to be very fluid in Bihar in the months ahead. And I think it's going to be tough for Nitish, the man who, at one point was being talked about as a future prime ministerial candidate, stands considerably diminished and will be diminished even more in his autumn years.
Right. But
Vasu, can I come in, please?
Yes, Dorab. Yes.
Vasu,
yes.
It takes me to the example of Maharashtra. See what happened then. At the beginning, BJP was the big party. Shiv Sena was the big party. This BJP was the younger brother. Over a period of time, the younger brother became the elder brother.
Right.
And then the Shiv Sena walked out. Whether Nitish has the same options, one doesn't know. But, the BJP is, as any party should, frankly, wants to become a sole leader. Why should it work with somebody when it can work by itself? And it's a very well-organized party, a well-oiled machine, well-planned strategy. They're slowly trying to marginalize him. And they will succeed in doing that. Whether they keep him and whether he runs like the Shiv Sena did is something we have to wait and watch.
Right. Sinha Saab, now can you hear me? Sinha Saab? Sinha Saab, we're trying to get to you. Okay, we'll try once again. but for that reason, just for that reason that Dorab mentioned, Aarti, that you don't want Nitish to pull an Uddhav and to bolt, the BJP will have to handle Nitish, with kid gloves, Aarti. They'll have to, it's a tough thing. You will want to kind of, exert your agenda, all of that. But at the same time, you don't want him to pull an Uddhav. So, tricky.
I don't think it is in the nature of this BJP to handle anybody with kid gloves. This BJP just does what it feels it has to do. And we've seen them. They steamroller. Look at the way they went ahead with the farm bills, despite protests from the Akalis. And then finally the Akalis walked out, And there's like endless trouble in Punjab over the farm bills. But that was an agenda item and they had to do it and they went ahead and did it. So I don't think this BJP is the kind that would, tread softly on other people's sensitivities or anything. If they have to go ahead with something, they will go ahead with it, like it or lump it. That's your choice. But they will do what they have to do. And I think, they do have this ambition. And, one will have to see what happens in Bengal, because I think Bengal, Bihar, Assam, these are sort of neighboring states. And, this is the kind of Eastern Bloc. And, BJP is trying to break in. It managed to break in Assam.
Yeah.
I think it would like to become, the dominant party in Bihar. and it's trying to it's trying to break into Bengal.
Yes.
So, the three are intertwined, and I think we'll have to wait and watch to see how the BJP plays its politics.
No, that's true.
And where Nitish Kumar fits into all these plans that the BJP has. I don't think there's much space for him.
No, that's why these Bihar results were important also for the reason that Bihar does share a common border with both these states, with both West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh, both states which are very important to the BJP's political project. So, this gives them that additional tailwind. Yes. Also making the BJP happy today, by the way, we should mention, is that they are sweeping all the by-polls that are taking place in Gujarat, in Karnataka, in Uttar Pradesh, in Madhya Pradesh and so on. In Gujarat, the BJP is leading in all 8 of the seats. In Madhya Pradesh, the BJP is leading in 21 of the 28, the Congress only in 6. And I believe the similar results also from the other states, including Tripura. So, all in all, it's been so far a good day for the BJP, one that they'd be quite happy to take home. We'll take a short break and come back with more. Okay, welcome back. Let's look at where we now stand with the Bihar elections. And I think it's safe to say now that unless there is some huge dhamaka or shake-up, it is going to be an NDA government, Nitish Kumar most likely to be Chief Minister for the 4th time in a row. So that's quite remarkable if he's been able to pull that off in the face of all of that whole Tejasvi phenomenon, the exit polls, all of that writing him off. But they seem to be steady on course, even though, as I've been saying, the JDU has slipped possibly to the 3rd place for the first time in Bihar. The BJP has moved into pole position. So, it's going to be the NDA Sarkar, but the big brother, small brother equation is most likely going to see a rejig, and that could be quite interesting. So, there's an election, but there's also the story after the election. Alok Pandey has been with, or what it appeared at least in the morning to be the winning team. Now it appears may not quite be the winning team. Alok, is there, I mean, are you the only now soldier left outside Tejasvi's घर और है बाकी सब भाग गए और आप ही अकेले रह गए कमान संभाले हुए?
नहीं बाकी सब भी हैं, बाकी सब तो नहीं कमान संभाले हुए तो काफ़ी लोग हैं. लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर स्टिल हियर, a lot of RJD supporters, a lot of people who are just hanging on, but all of them here they're still waiting for somebody to make an appearance. I think these people are also supporters of the RJD. आप RJD समर्थक हैं?
बिल्कुल RJD का दमदार कार्यकर्ता हूँ, समझ लीजिए आप मुझे.
क्या नाम है आपका?
मोहम्मद आसिम मेरा नाम है, मैं दरभंगा जिला से ताल्लुक़ रखता हूँ.
पहले एक काम करें आसिम भाई, मास्क पहन लीजिए. आप सब लोग भाई जो बात करेंगे मास्क पहन लीजिए. चलिए पहन लीजिए. आप बताइए.
जी
आपने जस्टिस फॉर सुशांत का मास्क पहना हुआ है, हम लोगों लेकिन ये मुद्दा तो बना नहीं चुनाव में.
उनके लिए हम लोग भी जो है मैदान में कूदे, क्योंकि हमारे बिहार के वो भी थे. इसलिए हसरत की घटना के लिए मैं वहाँ भी उस लड़की के लिए, उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए मैंने ये किया. आसिफा के लिए भी हमने, और अभी जो बाप को साइकिल से दरभंगा जिला में लाई क्यूंटी ब्लॉक में, उस बहन से लेकर आया हूँ. इसलिए
अभी तक जो रुझान आए हैं, आप आरजेडी के समर्थक हैं, उसके हिसाब से तो यही लग रहा है कि सरकार बीजेपी या नीतीश कुमार की मिलके ही बनेगी. और ये लोगों ने अच्छा फाइट दिया, लेकिन ऐसा हो सकता है कि कुछ सीटें कम रह जाएं, ऐसा रुझानों से लग रहा है. हालांकि अभी वोट और बहुत सारे काउंट होने हैं. तो आप क्या कहेंगे, क्या आपने ये सोचा था कि इस समय 2 या 3 बजे दिन के, आज काउंटिंग के दिन, ये नतीजे रहेंगे या कुछ और होगा?
नहीं, आपने सही अच्छा अपने अंदाज से सवाल किया, लेकिन आपको मालूम होगा कि कोरोना काल में ज़्यादा बूथ संख्या बनाया गया, तो उसके लिहाज से अभी गिनती में टाइम लगेगी. हमारे लालू जी ने उस वक्त भी कहा था, जब नीतीश कुमार के साथ गठबंधन थी, तो उन्होंने कहा था शुरू में दिखाया गया था, उसके बाद डॉन. तो आप देखते रहेंगे कि शाम में लालटेन एकदम जलकर रहेगी, और लालटेन जब जलेगी और इनकी सरकार आएगी तो IAS बनेंगे, क्योंकि सब ने जान लिया है कि प्रधानमंत्री और ये जो है पकौड़ा तलना तो जानते हैं, तलवाएंगे. और हम लोगों ने भी मूड बना लिया, पूरी जनता ने आशीर्वाद दिया वोट के जरिए से. और मैं सिर्फ आज आपके चैनल से सिर्फ 1-2 रुबाई मैं कहना चाहता हूं, जो हर चैनल को पहुंचाया. आपकी चैनल हम हिंदुस्तान के सूरज की हर किरण रोशनी दे तेजस्वी को फूल की हर कली खुशबू दे तेजस्वी को, हम तो कुछ देने के काबिल ही नहीं, देने वाला बिहार की कुर्सी दे तेजस्वी को, और वो देगा, ईश्वर न करे तेजस्वी को कोई गम मिले, खुशियाँ और हंसी हर दम मिले, गम जब भी चले तेजस्वी की तरफ, रास्ते में ही उसे हम मिले, रोशन करेंगे लालटेन से ऐसे चिराग हम, बुझ भी अगर गए तो उजाला न जाएगा। आपकी टीवी खुसूसन ये है कि पब्लिक को सुनती है, बाकी तो खाली अपना सुना देती है एंकर। ये आपका
एक सवाल का और जवाब दे दीजिए। आपने लालटेन की इतनी बात की, अगर सीएम बन गए तो उसके बाद तो लालटेन नहीं जलवाएंगे ना जी, लाइट तो देंगे।
कौन सीएम बनेंगे?
बन गए तेजस्वी जी, तब तो शाम को लालटेन नहीं जलवाइएगा ना जी।
नहीं, लालटेन की रोशनी जो है, मतलब ये है कि चुनाव चिन्ह है। जैसे मिसाल के तौर पर हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी नीतीश कुमार जी ने कहा था कि डिबरी, मोमबत्ती और लालटेन का टाइम खत्म हो गया, तो किसी के चुनाव निशान का ये मतलब नहीं हुआ करता है। मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी को आज भी कह दीजिए कि, और प्रधानमंत्री को भी, कि अगर चुनाव निशान का यही मतलब होता जो उन्होंने कहा कि डिबरी और लालटेन का टाइम खत्म हो गया, तो आज बम बारूद और एटमी हथियार के दौर में नीतीश का तीर क्या माना रखता है। तो ये चुनाव निशान का है। और लालू यादव के लिए हम सब दीवाने हैं। आरजेडी के दिल की राख कुरेद मत, लालू यादव के दिल की राख कुरेद मत, उसे मुस्कुरा के हवा न दे। आरजेडी के पास नन्ना मुन्ना छोटा बड़ा बहुतों चिराग है। आरजेडी के पास नन्ना मुन्ना छोटा बड़ा बहुतों चिराग है। एनडीए वालों, भाजपा वालों, कहीं तेरा हाथ जला न दे।
चलिए, तो दिस इज द सेंटिमेंट ऑफ द आरजेडी वर्कर ऑन द ग्राउंड। दे आर ऑल वेटिंग हियर. They're still waiting for their big leaders to emerge, but I think that will only happen once we have a little more clarity and how the election is going. But all of these people are very hopeful. They feel that it is their party that's going to win. But of course, as you were pointing out, at the moment, the counting trends that we have seem to suggest that the actual story may be a little different.
आलोक पांडे, शायरी आरजेडी वालों की, आरजेडी समर्थकों की शायरी तो सुन ली, आपकी नहीं सुनी।
अब वासु जी, हमें शायरी आती है अगर, तो हम आपके गेस्ट बन के आपके शो में आके 2-4 शायरी कर देते हैं।
अच्छा, चलिए, ओके।
आपका सबीर महासेठ का क्या?
ओके, मनीष कुमार is joining us from outside the home of Nitish Kumar. So, Manish, what is going on there? I mean, is there any pataka bazi, anything? I know this is literally across the road, right? So, yeah.
Yes, no pataka baji, Vasu, but of course, NDA camp is much more relaxed, unlike, Mahagathbandhan camp, because Mahagathbandhan camp was really pretty, jubilant after the exit poll results. But somewhere now they are finding that even though more than 2.5 crores vote is yet to be counted, they are saying that most of the seats, almost on 100 seats, the margin is like, 500 to 2,000. So they are saying now that it can go either way. But of course, NDA has, NDA leaders are gradually coming one after another. BJP State President Sanjay Jaiswal, he will be giving a bite at 4 o'clock. Although they are all, trying to be, cautious. But of course, now they can, they can sense some kind of victory is in the offing. Vasu.
Victory in the offing. But Manish, just tell me very quickly, because Nitish, the question we're all trying to understand is that this is going to be a different Nitish. I mean, firstly, fantastic. Nitish, 4 times Chief Minister, that's really quite an achievement. But Nitish 4.0 with BJP as Bada Bhaiya. Problem ahead?
I don't think so, because, as long as he has Sushil Modi as Deputy Chief Minister and other leaders like Nand Kishore Yadav, who is already won from Patna Sahib, so he won't have much difficulty. Of course, the number of ministers in his cabinet are going to be, more. BJP's strength in the cabinet will be much more than the last time. But Nitish is quite used to, facing this kind of situation or dealing with that, this kind of situation. Because if you remember, first time when he became Chief Minister for 7 days, at that time also BJP had more numbers. But that time, then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he selected Nitish Kumar to lead the NDA government for 7 days. Right. That government in fact lasted only for 7 days because they could not get the numbers on the floor of the house. So Nitish resigned before the voting on the floor of the house. So it is not a new thing for him, and he can manage. He'll
manage to pull it off, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But okay, let's also go to our guest. We have with us Sanjay, Dr. Sanjay Jaiswal ji. I believe is he? Do we have him now? Oh, we don't have him yet. I beg your pardon. We are going to get him. We have Shant Prakash Jatav ji of the BJP, Shama Mohammad of the Congress is with us, and of course Aarti and Dorab remain with us. So Shant Prakash Jatav ji, आज आप खुश हैं, बीजेपी आगे है, लेकिन नीतीश जी पीछे हैं. यही
देखिए, मैं ही खुश नहीं हूं.
गेम प्लान जो कह रहे हैं, ये बीजेपी का शुरू से यही गेम प्लान था कि वो आगे निकल जाएं और नीतीश जी को पीछे छोड़ दें.
नहीं,
चिराग के कंधों से तीर चलाकर.
ऐसा नहीं है, सभी खुश हैं. बिहार ने जो चुना है एनडीए को,
जी,
बिहार के सारा जनमानस खुश है. उन्होंने धर्म और जाति की जो पीछे बयार चल रही थी उसको नकारा है, विकास को चुना है, नीतीश जी को चुना है, एनडीए को चुना है, मोदी जी के सुशासन को चुना है.
जी जी.
उन तमाम योजनाओं को
जी
जिन्होंने पैंडेमिक के दौरान बिहार को संभाला, पूरे देश को संभाला,
जी,
उस व्यवस्था को
जी
वहां की जनता ने चुना है.
जी.
और पूरे चुनाव को यदि हम देखें तो वो दो भागों में बटा रहा, एक जाति के साथ चला और एक विकास के साथ, और विकास की जीत हो रही है. और कुछ क्षणों के बाद में हम देखेंगे.
आप कह रहे हैं कि जाति, आप नहीं, एक सेकंड, आप जाति की बात कर रहे हैं. आपने जो पार्टी से जिनके साथ आपने गठबंधन किया है वो जाति के आधार पे तो है. जैसे वीआईपी विकासशील इंसान पार्टी जो है, जो उनके नेता हैं सन ऑफ मल्ला, वो आपके साथ हैं. और जो
देखिए
हिंदुस्तानी आवामी मंच है जितिन राम मांझी जी का, वो भी एक जाति से जुड़ा हुआ पार्टी है. तो जाति का खेल तो सबने खेला है.
नहीं,
आपने भी खेला है, उन्होंने भी खेला है. आप ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि जातिवाद से कोई ऊंचा है.
उन्होंने केवल जाति को ही चुना. वो केवल एक ही बात जानते हैं कि एमवाई यानी मुस्लिम और यादव गठबंधन जो है वो वहां पर दोबारा जो है वो स्थापित होगा, और उसको वहां की जनता ने नकार दिया.
तो आपका भी वही,
आप एक चीज देखिए,
आपका भी वही है. आप अगर उनका एमवाई है तो आपका अपर कास्ट है और ईबीसी है.
नहीं, अपर कास्ट और लोअर कास्ट की तो बात ही नहीं है भारतीय जनता पार्टी में.
अच्छा,
यहाँ तो केवल एक ही बात है एनडीए में, आप डेवलपमेंट करें, हर वो चीज जो नहीं हो पाई उसको साबित करें, उसको
जी
उस क्षेत्र में जहां जरूरत है वहां पर उसका पूर्ण.
चलिए, शमा मोहम्मद ऑफ द कांग्रेस. Again, just looking at the Congress's numbers, Shama Mohammed, I mean, both the RJD and the Congress have done badly, but the Congress's performance has been catastrophic. You're just leading in 20 of 70 seats, arguably the worst strike rate of all the four parties, Shama Mohammed. As I said, this is a constant worry, is it not? And we don't know what's happening. We don't even know who's leading the Congress. Is there anyone who's looking at this, taking accountability for it?
Srinivasan, you are a very intelligent journalist and you speak well. See, the Election Commission came out at 1:30 and said that 92 lakhs votes have been counted out of 4 crore. So now they would be around 1.5 or nearly 2 crore. But still we have another 2 crores to be counted. So let's wait. And in many of these seats, there are just differences of 500 to 1,000 votes. So this is the first they've come, and around there has been 67% increase in EVMs.
Sure.
And they have said that, so they have said that it is going to take time. By late evening, we will get to know the exact numbers. Normally, the last 5 years I've been doing this. By noon or by 1:32, we get to know where we are heading. But today they have, that's why, and has the Election Commission ever had a press conference like this in the middle of counting? No, because they wanted to come out and say that there is going to be delay in the results coming.
Yes.
So let's wait. Why don't we wait instead of saying that, you know what, Congress is doing bad, Congress is doing like this. I want to wait till the last number.
Okay.
And that's when I will give you an answer to that, you know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's
Dorab,
wait. We did a very good campaign, and we did a positive campaign, not based on,
Sure.
you know, divisions, and based on employment, based on healthcare, based on women's protection, everything.
Sure.
We didn't talk about Bihar regiment soldiers. We didn't tell the opposition as to go to Pakistan and why they are with Pakistan. So we didn't speak about all these things. We spoke about development.
Okay. Well, when you said you spoke, it's also a question of who spoke. I mean, I believe Rahul actually did only about 6 to 8 rallies. The Prime Minister, who's the Prime Minister of India, was doing more rallies than Rahul Gandhi, who one would presume has a little more spare time than the Prime Minister. But Dorab, just to ask you that when it comes to the Congress has always been the number 3 in any arrangement in Bihar. But because now of the fact that Nitish went with the BJP, now the Congress has had to step up and play the number 2 role in the Mahagathbandhan. But did it ever have the capacity? Did it ever have the capacity to do that?
The question is that, so what you're saying is that does it have the capacity to fight the number of seats it was given? I think the answer is no, just the way it was in UP. So the question is, when a national party goes down the state, it has to be able to be realistic and ask for a realistic number of seats, because you ask for seats where you have strength. The Congress has been out of power in Bihar for so long, both in the Lok Sabha seats, number of seats, Vidhan Sabha seats. This is not the days of Jagjeevan Das and whatever, we have plenty of seats. You've been out of power, you've got to be realistic and then work bloody hard. And as you said, I mean, doing 6 rallies hardly helps. I mean, there has, you're actually accepting your fate when you ask for more seats and then don't put in the performance required to hold those seats. And obviously, it's also a question, let's be honest, we don't know, of allocating the seats. They obviously didn't get the plum seats, but knowing Tejasvi, he gave them seats which they were likely to do best in, but they could be pretty bad seats too.
Yeah.
So, I think overall it's a weak second partner, unlike JDU and BJP, which until this election happened, were equally strong partners. I mean, that's what you need in alliance. 2 strong partners, one eating of the other, one benefiting the other, which they didn't have here.
Right. So from someone in the Congress, the figure I got was that of the 70 seats, the Congress was fighting about 40 against the BJP and 30 against the JDU. And presumably,
Srinivasan, can I come in on
presumably
this?
The idea was that
that
the Congress BJP would be the main contest. But we've also seen the Congress strike rate against the BJP. I'll just come back to you, Shama, in just a second. But just going back, Aarti, to that factor that could be dragging the MGB down, that Tejasvi made a smart move with signing up with the left in a big way. That alliance seems to have been paying him good dividends. Again, CPML is at 11 seats, 11 of 18. CPI is 3 of 6. CPM is 4 of 5. Wow, look at that.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So that's 11 and 4, 15 and 3. 18 seats are coming from the left.
Yeah, and that is what is Congress. The Congress is really pulling this alliance down. And I really don't want to get personal here, but Vasu, just look at their ticket distribution. I mean, honestly, they gave a ticket to Sharad Yadav's daughter, who has no political experience whatsoever. Sharad Yadav doesn't come from Bihar. I don't know whether his daughter is, what is her link to Bihar, but she was given a ticket. Why? Because it was payback time for the way Sharad Yadav had helped out Ahmed Patel in that 2017 Rajya Sabha poll when the 2 JDU MLAs in Gujarat voted for Ahmed Patel and saved his bacon. They gave a ticket to Shatrughan Sinha's son. Now, Shatrughan Sinha at least is a well-known face in Bihar. I mean, he's been a film actor, he's been an MP, he's been a minister and everything. But again, his son has grown up in Bombay. What are his links to Bihar? But they gave him a ticket because he asked, and Shatrughan Sinha, and so on and so forth. So the Congress has this very strange way of distributing tickets. They don't look at winnability. They look really more at things like loyalty and, money power and, so on and so forth. I mean, it's almost the way Mayawati distributes tickets in UP. And you've seen where Mayawati is today because of that, because she's not done political calculations when she's done ticket distribution. She's not chosen from the ground. And, they just did not want to give the Congress so many tickets. But Rahul Gandhi just insisted and was on the verge of breaking that alliance. He was saying that too bad, that we fight on our own.
Yeah.
And it was Lalu who rushed in to save because he wanted the alliance.
Yes.
He wanted there to be some sort of unified opposition to the NDA.
Yeah.
And so he rushed in and, just insisted that the Congress be given 70 tickets. Which seems to have been a grave miscalculation. Maybe more tickets to the left, or maybe the RJD should have fought.
No, and also, Dorab, because if you remember that the VIP party of Mukesh Sahni as well as Jitin Ram Manjhi, they were kind of open to doing business on both sides.
Absolutely.
But the RJD took the position that we can't meet the demands, and so let them walk if required. Now, we don't know exactly what happened, but if you look at that, VIP's actually got 5 seats. Now, if those seats had come to the Mahagathbandhan, less in the NDA kitty, then the difference immediately narrows from about 20-25 seats to about 10-11 seats.
Vasu, the same thing happened in UP too. They couldn't bring this party in. I think it's the small parties that like the CPIM, a small party in a confined area of great strength. These are, but you let them go, they take their seats with them, but they're very small and very powerful in very small pockets. 5 seats is a lot of seats. If you've got Mr. Manjhi and the Boatman's party, you've got 10 odd seats. That's a hell of a lot of seats, and they are when things are tight.
Right. Yeah.
And when you get 10, the other person loses 10. So the difference is 20 actually.
Correct. So Ham party, Mr. Manjhi's party is actually only at 1 right now, but VIP is at 5. Sorry, yes, Shama Mohammed, yes, please.
Yeah. So I wanted to speak about Rahulji. Of course, he went to campaign. There was more than 6. It was not 6. And that is also because we are fighting 70 seats. So I don't think he has done his bit. He always does it, number one. Number two, Ms. Jairaj said that, how can we give tickets to these people? But there is certain reasons a party takes to give tickets. Now, for example, Sunny Deol was given a ticket from Gurdaspur. Yes, he won. I'm not going to disagree to that. But what was the reason? So, see, all parties give tickets to different people, actors or whoever, for certain reasons, and the party knows what it's doing. It has to be certain reasons. And Ms. Jairaj was talking as if she knew more than me what's happening in the party. So these are the things. And the other thing which you mentioned is we are the weak link, and I don't agree on them. These 70 seats which we are fighting, Vasu, in 2010, the JDU as well as the BJP together won 65 from there. This is their stronghold. In the Lok Sabha of 2019, they won 67 seats from this area. In 2015, when BJP fought it alone, they won, out of the 58, they won 24 from here. Okay. In 2010, when RJD and the Congress fought it separately, RJD did not win a single seat from this area. We won 4. So definitely we are not the weak link in these seats. We got these seats. It was a challenge for us, but we took the challenge. That's what you need to look. Every time I hear when I go on these debates, blaming the Congress for no reason, it is not fair, because Congress sometimes also does not get seats which they also are not the best of it. But we try our best to win in these seats.
But that's because you asked for, when you say take the challenge, because you bargained hard for 70 seats. Which you talk to anybody in the RJD, they said that was you're way above your weight.
I don't agree. I'm sorry. See, we have.
You asked for 70. Government. If you'd asked for 40.
So what is wrong in asking for 70? We won very well last time with 40. So why not this time? I don't agree on all these things, Srinivasan. Okay. With JMM, we did very well in Jharkhand.
Right.
So, it changes. Sometimes it works very well. Sometimes it doesn't. It's politics. You have to understand that you know it better than me. You've been as a journalist for many years, So this is not like buying a dress or buying, a game of a football match. When we know that this person's playing very well. Even when a football match in the World Cup finals, the last time, we knew which team was playing very well, Belgium. But did they win the finals? No, because they were nervous at the end. So these are the reasons. Belgium it was my choice for the win. Belgium, I was supporting it, but the French won it. They were the better team in terms of tactics, in terms of everything.
Okay. Dorab. Yes.
Vasu, last time when they fought 40 seats, they had the RJD as well as the JDU backing them. So the question, it was a three-party alliance. So they fought. This time there's only RJD backing them. So obviously the strength wasn't as great. One of the parties had departed, was in the opposition.
Yes.
So I think it was actually they got the best strike rate last time in 2015, better than the partners, because of the backing of all three parties together. This time they had one party missing in action.
Correct.
So obviously the
So
rate
at
went
that
down.
time, that rising tide lifted all boats, including the Congresses.
Almost.
But this time, the boat is a bit rocky. But anyway, we'll just take a short break.
The boatman's on the other side.
That's true. The boatman is on the other side. Take a short break. Come back in a second. Okay, welcome back to Battleground Bihar. We have with us Shah Imran ul Haq of the RJD is with us. Shant Prakash Jatav ji of the BJP is with us. Shama Mohammed, of course, is with us. And of course, Dorab is here. So, Shah Imran ul Haq, it looks like.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Shah Imran ul Haq. It looks like Typhoon Tejasvi was not quite able to make landfall. Shah Imran ul Haq. Okay, we'll just come back to you. We'll just come back in 1 second. But ये बताइए शांत प्रकाश जाटव जी कि लग तो रहा है कि बाजी आप ले जाएंगे इस बार चुनाव में, लेकिन क्या बीच में थोड़ा सा बीजेपी, क्योंकि बीजेपी हमेशा नैरेटिव सेट करती है, लेकिन इस बार तेजस्वी ने नैरेटिव सेट किया और आप भी उससे रैटल हो गए. उसने कहा 10 लाख जॉब्स, आपने कहा 19 लाख जॉब, यहां तक कि आपने कहा कि हम लोगों को फ्री वैक्सीन बांटेंगे, अगर आप हमें चुनाव में जिताएंगे वी विल गिव यू फ्री वैक्सीन. कहीं ना कहीं बीच में थोड़ा हिला तो दिया उसने आपको, नहीं?
नहीं, इसको ऐसा नहीं कहा जाएगा कि हिला दिया. इनफैक्ट क्या है कि वो जुमले छोड़ रहे थे और हम असल में काम कर रहे हैं. वहां हम खाना राशन फ्री दे रहे हैं, स्वाभाविक बात है वैक्सीन भी फ्री देंगे, और इसके अलावा सरकारों की जिम्मेवारी
वैक्सीन आप फ्री देंगे, आप अपना प्रॉमिस निभाएंगे कि बिहार के लोगों को फ्री वैक्सीन मिलेगा?
पूरे देश में साहब, पूरे देश में वैक्सीन फ्री मिलेगा, अब निश्चिंत रहिए, आप देखना. और इसके साथ साथ
नहीं, लेकिन आपने
नौकरियों की बात है वो इसलिए कहनी पड़ी.
नहीं, बट एक सेकंड शांत प्रकाश जी, आपने ये नहीं कहा था, आपने ये नहीं कहा पूरे देश में बांटेंगे. फिनेंस मिनिस्टर सेड कि बिहार में अगर हम जीतते हैं तो आपको फ्री में बांटेंगे. इसको लेकर बवाल मच गया था, इलेक्शन कमीशन तक बात चली गई थी, इलेक्शन कमीशन ने आपको माफ कर दिया और उसी बात है.
मैं आपको आज कह रहा हूं कि पूरे देश में फ्री बटेगी. और इसके अलावा जो उन्होंने 10 लाख नौकरियों की बात कह करके भ्रमित करने की कोशिश की, हम आज भी कह रहे हैं कि हम 19 लाख से ज्यादा नौकरियां देंगे, क्योंकि कहीं बहकावे में ना जाए. पब्लिक जो है मासूम बहुत है, तो कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि उन्होंने कहा कि हम फ्री में ये चीज देने वाले हैं. हम तो दे रहे हैं,
आप दे रहे हैं, उनका जुमला था. इमरान उल हक,
हम इलाज फ्री कर रहे हैं जी.
इमरान उल हक
देशवासियों को, महिलाओं को 500 रुपया दे रहे हैं.
इमरान उल हक रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट.
को 500 रुपया महीना दे रहे हैं. तो
इमरान उल हक
हम तो दे रहे हैं, कहीं ऐसा ना हो.
अच्छा, एक सेकंड शांत प्रकाश जी, उन्हें जवाब देने दीजिए. इमरान उल हक ऑफ द आरजेडी रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट. He is saying your promise is a jumla, you may say their promise is a jumla, but the fact is that they seem to be winning.
अभी बहुत शुरुआती रुझान है, इससे ये अंदाज नहीं लगा जा सकता कि अभी कौन सी पार्टी जीत रही है. अभी थोड़ा शाम तक वेट कीजिए, इलेक्शन कमीशन का भी आ गया है कि रिजल्ट में देरी है, और जुमला शब्द जो है वो डिसाइड होगा आफ्टर रिजल्ट. और रिजल्ट के बाद
No, but 1 second. Dear Shah Imran ul Haq, just at least tell me this, that when you make a promise like that, 10 lakh jobs, Tejasvi flies in, makes that dhamaka promise, flies off, do you think the fact that you are trailing, somewhere people may have enjoyed it and given tali, but they didn't really take it seriously? Because it's quite a incredible claim to make. You know, I'll give signed 10 lakh government jobs on my first day in office.
ये राइट टाइम नहीं है इस पर अभी कुछ बोलने का. जब तक फाइनल रिजल्ट नहीं आ जाता, इसको जुमला कहना, और फाइनल रिजल्ट के बाद जो सरकार बनेगी और उसके बाद हम अपने कमिटमेंट को पूरा नहीं कर पाएंगे, तब ये बात कही जा सकता. हाँ, अच्छा, एक्सपीरियंस हो सकता है एनडीए का जुमले का, लेकिन आरजेडी जुमले पर विश्वास नहीं करती है. कर दिखाने में माननीय तेजस्वी जी अपनी बातों को पूरा करने का वो दमखम रखते हैं, और वो जो जनता में उनका, युवा में उनका जो असर दिखा है, उसको वो पूरा कर दिखाएंगे. युवा कांधा है, बोझ उठाने की ताकत उनमें दिखती है.
Okay, okay. Dorab, you know, when you have elections like this, where you have, I mean, initially that 10 lakh job promise did look like it was giving the Mahagathbandhan traction. Then the other side comes and says something even more of a taller order, 19 lakh jobs. Does that kind of neutralize it for the voter? And then
I don't really know, because the question is, the party in power could have given those 19 lakh jobs over the last 10 years. You know, it's always the challenger who makes the claim, not the incumbent. Here for the first time, you see the incumbent making the claim. What's stopping you from giving the 19 lakh jobs for the last 10 years or the last 5 years? Now, you haven't done it, so then tell us how. The challenger always makes promises because he had nothing to show. The incumbent has something to show, so the incumbent runs on his record. Here, both the challenger and the incumbent are running on promises. You know, we discover new things every day in Indian politics. We live and learn.
शांत प्रकाश जी, ये बताइए, ये जो पॉइंट दोराब ने कहा कि अब आप कह रहे हैं कि आपकी सरकार है और आप कह रहे हैं हम 19 लाख जॉब्स देंगे, तो आप अभी तक क्यों नहीं दे पाए?
देखिए, मैंने बताया कि 19 लाख से ज्यादा, 19 लाख ही नहीं, जॉब दिए जा रहे हैं और दिए जाते रहेंगे. हर एक सरकार का काम है दिए जाना, मगर चुनाव में
अभी तक ये सवाल, बाय द वे, मैंने कई भाजपा जेडीयू लोगों से पूछा है, अभी तक आपने कितने जॉब्स दिए? आपकी सरकार जो अभी थी इतने सालों से, हाउ मेनी कितने जॉब्स दिए हैं आपने अभी तक बिहार में?
आप समझते नहीं हैं, आप अच्छे बड़े पत्रकार हैं जी, आप समझते नहीं हैं कि क्या पिछले 15 वर्षों में जब से शासन है तब से क्या जॉब नहीं दिए गए होंगे? जॉब भी दिए गए हैं, वहां विकास भी किया गया है.
मैं पूछ रहा हूं कितने दिए, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं नहीं दिए, आंकड़ा मांग रहा हूं.
और वो डेफिनेटली उतने मुफीद जॉब दिए गए हैं कि वहां की जनता ने हमें दोबारा चुना है.
राइट.
हम चूंकि इस विषय पर गहराई से बात करने के लिए नहीं आए, इसलिए मैं पूरे आंकड़े मेरे पास में नहीं है. मगर ये बात पक्की है कि वहां पर जॉब का जो फैक्टर है उसको जनता ने स्वीकारा है, तभी उन्होंने चौथी बार जो है हमको वहां पर चुना है. तो आने वाले टाइम पर दोबारा जो है सरकार बनाने वाले हैं चौथी दफा. तो ये बात है कि वहां की जनता हमसे खुश है, हमारे शासन से खुश है, मोदी सरकार से खुश है, मोदी सरकार की नीतियों से खुश है. उन्होंने, मोदी सरकार ने जो वहां पर मकान बनाने की शौचालय दिए उससे खुश है, फ्री अनाज वितरण किया उससे खुश है, महिलाओं को जो 500 रुपया महीना दिया जा रहा है उससे खुश है, किसानों को जो 500 रुपया महीना दिया जा रहा है उससे खुश है. इसी का कारण से वहां की जनता ने दोबारा
इतनी खुशी
फिर है.
ओके, ठीक है. एक सेकेंड, I'll just pause you because we've just got an interview with Manoj Tiwari, BJP, and he's actually one of the star campaigners for the BJP in this election. Draw pretty big crowds. Let's listen.
हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए मनोज तिवारी हैं, स्टार प्रचारक है और चेहरे पर मुस्कुराहट, देखिए वैसे ही मुस्कुराते रहते हैं, लेकिन एनडीए को बढ़त है और आपने लगातार रैलियां की हैं, लगभग 1 महीने तक बिहार में कैंपेन किया. तो जो रुझान आ रहे हैं उसमें सरकार बनती हुई दिख रही है, लेकिन एग्जिट पोल कुछ और बता रहे थे. आपका क्या रिएक्शन है सर?
देखिए, एग्जिट पोल होते हैं, एग्जैक्ट पोल है. बिहार के लोग बहुत बुरा समय देखे हैं, तो अब जहां पे आ गए हैं, यहां से आगे के बिहार की कल्पना है. वैसे विपक्ष के लोगों में भी अच्छा किया है लोगों ने. मैं तेजस्वी बाबू की भी जो तौर तरीके रहे हैं उन्होंने काफी पहले के सुर से अलग सुर लगाया है।
सर, हमेशा कहा जाता था कि बिहार में जेडीयू बड़ा भाई और बीजेपी छोटा भाई है, लेकिन इस बार थोड़ा सा उलट हो गया, क्योंकि आपने जब प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की बात की, आप हो चाहे योगी आदित्यनाथ हो, तमाम लोग हैं, उन्होंने केंद्र सरकार की नीतियों पे बात की, राज्य सरकार की कम बात की। तो इस बार लग रहा है कि बीजेपी का थोड़ा अपर हैंड हो जाएगा। भले ही आप लोग कह रहे हैं मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश जी रहेंगे, तो क्या डेप्यूटी सीएम इस बार बदलेंगे आप लोग? तो थोड़ा सा आप लोग बड़े भाई वाला रोल में आएंगे कि नहीं? सीट तो ज्यादा लेके आए हैं सर, और आपका योगदान है उसमें।
नहीं, बड़ा भाई कभी नंबर कम भी लाया तो बड़ा भाई रहता है, और गठबंधन धर्म का पालन करते हैं हम। तो निश्चित रूप से बीजेपी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी हो के आ रही है, और देश के रूप में देखें तो नरेंद्र मोदी बड़े भाई की तरह है सबके लिए, और एक बड़ा अच्छा रिश्ता है जेडीयू और बीजेपी में, उसको और हम मजबूत करेंगे, ताकि जो थोड़ा बहुत बढ़ी हुई अपेक्षा है उसको भी हम कैसे एड्रेस कर सकें। अब उसके लिए कदम निभाना है।
बहुत सारी सीटें जहां पर 1500 से कभी कम मार्जिन है, तो जमीन पे तगड़ी लड़ाई चल रही है अब भी।
हाँ, लेकिन वो अच्छी बात है कि जब जब खुल रहा है थोड़ा थोड़ा वोट जो है बीजेपी एनडीए के तरफ ज्यादा बढ़ रहा है।
अब तक जो रुझान सामने आए हैं उसमें महागठबंधन को लीड दिखाया गया है। मेरे साथ केसी त्यागी हैं। तेजस्वी यादव की पार्टी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी बनती दिख रही है।
जनता के सभी फैसलों का हम स्वागत करते हैं। पिछले लोकसभा चुनाव में एक भी सीट लोकसभा की आरजेडी को नहीं मिली थी, और 218 विधानसभा क्षेत्रों में आरजेडी प्लस की हार थी। पिछले एक वर्ष में कोई ऐसा बड़ा पराक्रम
Okay, sorry, that was K.C. Tyagi, but that was from earlier when the the JDU and the BJP were trailing. Now, of course, it is looking quite comfortable for them. If you look at the numbers now, they are maintaining that steady almost 30-seat lead, and in fact, the number of marginal seats, Dorab, because at one point they were quite high, but now our editors, tracking this at the back end, have said the narrow margin seats which are less than 1,000 have reduced to 39. So, does that indicate, Dorab, that these leads may be firming up a bit?
It depends. Just think of it this way. Supposing 5,000 votes have been counted and 500 is the lead. 50,000 votes can be counted, 2,000 will be the lead. Obviously, the leads will become larger as the number of votes keep on being counted. The question is, what is the percentage lead? What is the margin of victory? But I think we've seen it long enough now to think that this margin is stabilizing. You don't expect many seats with a margin of less than 1,000 when you counted 50% of the votes. You expect lots of seats with a margin of less than 1,000 when you only counted 10% of the votes. Most seats will have low margins. So I don't think it means anything, but I do think that the big picture is fairly static. It's not moving significantly one way or the other. And I think that is what you ought to keep watching.
Right. And I think that's what is the good news for the NDA. If it stays like this, then they're comfortable. If it starts to move, or it starts to move significantly, then they become, they should get nervous.
If it comes to 120, they should be nervous.
Right.
But they're in the 125 to 135 range for the last few hours.
Yeah. They've been at that range, and that gives them that additional buffer. Plus, of course, there'll always be smaller parties. But at the BJP headquarters, almost in anticipation of this, we're going to try and get my colleague Arvind Gunasekar up in just a second. And he has actually shared some photographs on our WhatsApp group of the preparations have started to now begin for a possible celebration. So, the BJP, which has been very cautious so far, is now finally, I think, going to come out and have a celebration. We may see Amit Shah there, we may see the Prime Minister there. We'll have to wait and see how that exactly plays out. But Shama Mohammed, would you concede that regardless of, the fact that you may target Mr. Modi and all of that, but that he still is head and shoulders above the tallest political leader, someone who can come in there and turn elections around, and the Congress is just, there's no comparison. Would you concede that now when you see this result coming out?
Sorry, can you repeat it? Because your volume is a bit low. Can you repeat that question?
Yeah, I'm saying, would you now accept that that Mr. Modi's impact on the election, that the Modi magic still remains strong?
No, I would not, because
he was the face really of the BJP in this election. There was no real other face. He was the face, and the BJP is the best performing party.
No, I will not still agree on that. I want the final results to come and then talk about it, because see, is this, I think the gentleman who spoke before me said exactly the right thing, is that you were asking the question about 10 lakh jobs and they were giving 19 lakh. What did they do in this whole time? And the other thing is, the BJP spokesperson was going on saying they gave jobs, they gave more than 19 lakhs. But before COVID, according our national average for unemployment was 7%. And according to CMIE, that of Bihar was 10%. So it is not just COVID. It was before COVID there's a problem with unemployment. And of course, in the month of May, the CMI says it's 46%. So I will not concede defeat till the final numbers come. I'm going to repeat that again and again, because again, like I said, this is going to go a bit late, and also differences are 500 to 1,000 votes. So why not wait for it and see what exactly happens? And also the other thing, the gentleman and the BJP spokesperson mentioned about women, but on the ground level, many women talked about prohibition and said that before, my husband used to go out and get alcohol. Now he gets it at home. I can't kick him out of the house, because before, when he comes back home, I just shut my door and not let him in. But now what's happening is he is inside the house because it gets delivered at home. And many of them are, are getting alcohol for the others. So it's a 20,000 crore business in
that is the analysis. So that is the analysis that you retrofit to a NDA defeat. The NDA is all set to win. So the fact that now women are unhappy, that doesn't work. But where do you think, if I can just ask Shah Imranul Haq, assuming that these are the numbers, it stays this way, and look, all credit to you, Tejasvi ran a very smart campaign, very, very aggressive campaign. But if you look back and say, okay, maybe this is a mistake we made, one or two things where you fell short, what would that be?
देखिए, अभी रिजल्ट आने से पहले ये अजम्पशन करना ये मुश्किल होगा जब तक पूरा रिजल्ट नहीं आए, क्योंकि हमारे एंड से हर चीज परफेक्ट है और बेहतर कॉन्टेस्ट हो रहा है, टाइट फाइट है और हम जीतने जा रहे हैं. एंड ऑफ द इवनिंग यू विल सी द नंबर विल चेंज एंड वी विल बी अप.
आप ये कह रहे हैं, स्क्रीन पे हम जो तस्वीर दिखा रहे हैं, दैट इज ऑफ द बीजेपी office where the celebrations preparation is happening. Trucks are coming to bring material to perhaps set up a stage and start their celebrations. But is one of the problems Shah Imranul Haq, is that the fact that you had the hawa, you definitely had the mahal and the hawa, but it remained in the hawa. You couldn't convert it into votes. You didn't
Without
invest.
हवा nobody will survive, sir. हवा तो जरूरी है. अब ये है कि इसको कन्वर्ट होने के लिए वक्त है, और पिछले 5 साल पहले बीजेपी ऑफिस में इसी तरह पटाखे लड्डू सब बढ़ चुके हैं, और वेट कीजिए.
नहीं, लेकिन एक सेकेंड
फिर बदलेगा. और
नहीं, पर आप ये मानेंगे कि आपको हवा बनाना ठीक है, लेकिन आप बहुत लेट कूदे इसमें. तेजस्वी वॉज एब्सेंट द होल टाइम. ही वॉज सिटिंग इन दिल्ली ड्यूरिंग द वायरस.
देखिए, जो लोग 60 साल के बाद राजनीति में अपनी पोजीशन पा पाए हैं, एक यंग कंटेस्टेंट और एज ए चीफ मिनिस्टर तेजस्वी जी ने जितना जल्दी जल्दी मैच्योरिटी दिखाई है उन्होंने, और जल्दी कवर किया है एज ए क्रिकेटर कहिए, एज ए प्लेयर कहिए, उसको वो सराहनीय है अपने आप में, और उसकी तारीफ करनी चाहिए कि एक सिंगल पर्सन जिसने मैक्सिमम कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी को कवर किया और प्रॉपर उसका इम्पैक्ट दिखा यूथ में. और
all credit to that, but so late. This is that political dilettante style. We've seen other leaders do that. We've seen people like Rahul Gandhi does that sometimes, parachutes in and out. Akhilesh Yadav disappears for ages, then suddenly surfaces.
ये स्टेट इलेक्शन है.
This
sir,
is
ये स्टेट इलेक्शन है. बीजेपी शायद हाईजैक करती हो स्टेट वाइज, हर जगह अपने पीएम पोस्टर को लगा के वो करती हो, लेकिन स्टेट इलेक्शंस में जो चीफ मिनिस्टर का कैंडिडेट है वो बेहतर कम्युनिकेट कर सकता है इंस्टेड ऑफ मतलब नेशनल पार्टी लीडर. तो बेहतर स्ट्रेटेजी के साथ तेजस्वी जी ने काम किया है.
Okay, we're heading into a break. Dorab, one thing though, Dorab, that Tejasvi said, you know, when I asked him, he was again confident, but when I said, listen, Modi factor, going to be tough, are you nervous at all? So he said, listen, I have nothing to be afraid of, I have nothing to lose. I'm only 31, I have age on my side. Almost like saying, I may lose this, but, you know.
I'm in the game for the long run. You know, I think if
I'm in the game, yeah.
And, you know, I think that's, I don't think that suggests that I'm going to be defeated by saying that, you know, this is a game I'm going to play. I'll win, I'll lose, but I'll be around. And this is just the beginning. You know, when you think about it, Vasu, for a guy who's really fighting his first campaign with no senior advisors, he has, even if he loses, he hasn't done a bad job. He's done a bloody good job. And this means that I think the BJP will bear in mind the fact that, you know, in the long term, he is a potential rival. There's no question about that. No question about that at all.
In fact, it's quite interesting.
Vasu, may I say one more thing? Somebody
yes, please, Dorab. Please.
How they dropped the Akali Dal. You know, when the India dropped the Akali Dal, they were not in power. It's one thing to drop an ally when you are in power. It's another thing to drop an ally when you're out of power. In Maharashtra, they didn't get into power for the drop. Now, you know, it's very, very difficult for the BJP to drop Nitish now. Because, you know, he could go anywhere and make a difference. He's got enough seats. He could say, I'm retiring, but all my guys will go the other way. So we don't really know what can happen. I think they'll have to handle Nitish. You know, I don't know how Nitish should feel being chief minister when he's got a third of the portfolios and not the important ones. You know, it's going to take phenomenally good man management. I don't know whether they're capable of it, but the BJP will have to manage him like they've never managed, like, you know, little glass Ming vase, you know. Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. Otherwise it'll drop and break.
Fragile, handle with care. Fragile, handle with care is not one of the great strengths of the current BJP. But let's see.
So perhaps they'll put Sushil Modi after it. He probably can do it if anyone can.
Yes.
I don't think Mr. Shah and Mr. Modi are very strong on that.
No, that's true. I think it's Mr. in a sense Junior Modi. Sushil, if they just keep that arrangement, if they just leave that intact, that's Nitish's comfort zone. He's good with that.
Yeah.
But if they start leaning in a bit, then there could be trouble. Okay, have to take a short break, but don't go away. Come back much more as the BJP gets ready for its big possible celebration at BJP headquarters.